make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door.
All right, everyone, we're back. And my guest today has a really great app and platform for nonprofits. I was in the nonprofit world for almost a decade, and things like the thing that Gail has created and launched are really, really needed. So I'm excited to have you, Gail, on the show today to talk about it and the benefits of it to nonprofits. Because if you've ever volunteered for a nonprofit, if you've ever worked for a nonprofit, there's so much that goes into it that you don't see behind the scenes, and it's so much work. It's so hard. And when you find stuff that's really easy to use that can help you, they're lifesavers. So Gail, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm really excited to talk about Benefact 4 and welcome to your new show. It's amazing.
Thank you. I am having fun so far, so I'm glad you're here to have fun with us. Can we backtrack a little bit, kind of your background and your involvement in volunteering and nonprofit kind of work?
So what's interesting is that my background is in construction.
Of course, yes.
So, a simple tie over to tech.
Yes. Yeah.
I was bored one day. So I sold my business in kitchen design and cabinet making construction last year, 2022, finishing in 23. And that was the very first time I had two things I'd never had in my entire life: time and money. And lots of time. When you're running your own business, you go from 100 miles an hour to zero, and it was quite surprising. So I am a lifelong volunteer from when my mom taught me, instilled in my sister and I at 10, 12 years old, volunteering as a candy striper in the local hospital. You wear a little red and white striped dress and you feed patients, you wheel them around, you deliver flowers. I loved that whole opportunity, and it taught me to really love volunteering. And my mother always volunteered. So everything I've done my whole life, I'm 54. So in different paths of my career, I've chosen different ways to volunteer. When my kids were small, I used Horizons for Homeless Children and the Room to Dream Foundation. When I started in construction, I did room makeovers for chronically ill kids. We did Habitat for Humanity. Really is basically my biggest construction nonprofit for the last 15 years. And it's so awesome to be able to give my talent to a foundation that can use it. So fast forward to last year, and with this time and money, I pledged to give $1 million to charity myself. Now, that sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, and it's more than I made in my company sales. So it was a big goal. And I decided, well, how am I going to track that? I'm not afraid of the number. I can donate the number. I can inspire others to donate. I can fundraise. I can run road races. I can do all those things, but how am I going to track it? And so at its basic function, Benefact 4 is a tracking app for all your time, talent, and treasure. So it's a community for users to come on and track all those things and connect with organizations who need those things. So this is the way that you connect with nonprofits and organizations and volunteer match and do all those exciting things that when you do have time and talent and treasure, you know where to put them.
So it's more than just like here I have a nonprofit and I need to track all of that. It's really like a community to find both sides of it, right?
It's literally like an Instagram feed for only givers.
Wow.
So it has a feed where everyone's posting each day and highlighting the organization they did work with, talking about what they did, and then people can share you on, and then the organizations on the other page If you had extra time, you can look at that, or you can click on an organization that I volunteered at or you volunteered at last week. And you can say, well, I'm not sure what I'm going to do next week, but these people volunteer at a pet shelter. Let me check out that pet shelter. So I can actually give you a referral, me personally, to places that I like to volunteer and donate to, because the internet's the Wild West. You could find anything on the internet, and you can find really great nonprofits, and you can find other that you think align with your goals, but in the end they don't. So it's kind of sorting through that information and then putting the best of the best on the app. So the
Wow.
best people that are doing it, the nonprofits that are doing the best work. And then when you open that up in the morning while you're having your coffee, you have your coffee, you
Got
pick
it.
up your phone, and you scroll to Benefact 4 is the first thing you do. And you're like, this morning I was like, oh my gosh, someone went to a VFW charity golf tournament. The next person is going to Entrepreneurs for All event. The next person is supporting homeless youth between 18 and 24. And the next person is donating at the Plymouth Pawtucket Museum. I mean, this is all right here. I'm not even making it up. I'm
Yeah.
literally just reading it off the screen. And I'm like, oh, well, I want to do that. And I just click on the museum and I can see how I can volunteer. I can go to an event, see what's around this weekend. So it's really a like-minded community, and doing that over your coffee, but versus watching the news is, I think, a little bit more get up and go.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the app is obviously a lot different than probably what you set out to do, of, like you said, just tracking the money, and it's turned into this whole community, and like you said, like this whole social media platform. What are you because I always look like, and you said there's the internet has everything, but it also has everything. So you can get so overwhelmed if you just Google like local charity, like that can go for miles. And it's kind of cool that you allow people to see other people that are actively volunteering for those things now, so you can see what you're about to get into. What are you hearing from both sides of it, from the nonprofit side and from the volunteer side, about the app?
So the volunteer side, the organizations that we're working with now have realized the increase in visibility to volunteers that are not currently in their network.
Mm-hmm.
So by listing their page on there, they are reaching an audience that may not be on their newsletter list. And again, you can't be everywhere. So they're coming to a place that is specifically for donors and volunteers, and is most likely those people are not already on their newsletter list. And then they don't have to tell the story about their organization, because the people on the feed are telling the story about their organization.
Mm. Yeah.
And then for individual users, like I said, their benefit is getting that warm referral to the organization for children's cancer in your area, or animal shelters, or food pantries. I like the ability when I post to post a little bit about what I did, and then also if they have an immediate need. So I went to the food pantry here in Plymouth. I dropped off diapers, but they have an immediate need for peanut butter. Can anyone swing by on Saturday? So I like that someone could see that and
Mm.
just take immediate action. So we're trying to move people from intention to action, and then create that ripple effect. Like, well, if she's doing it, then I can do it, or he's doing it, I can do it. And really celebrating those people who, sure, their kids are 3 and 5 and they do coaching. 25 years later, they're still coaching Little League because they have such a passion for it, and their kids aren't even doing it anymore.
Yeah.
So it's celebrating those kind of unsung heroes.
Yeah. And from the nonprofit side, from the marketing side, like nothing tells your, like, it's all storytelling, right? To get people to move and to donate and to volunteer. And when you're hearing directly from the volunteers about that experience, there's no better way than that to market what you're doing and how you're affecting people. So I think it's brilliant.
It plays off my predisposition to be a gatherer.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing something for good, I'm like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Hey, what do you guys want to come with me? Like, hey, I'm doing
Yeah.
this. And I'm always gathering people to do good. And this is Benefect for is just literally an extension of what I already do. So it makes
Mhm.
it so fun and so passionate to be building it. And like I said, I have such this, I don't want to donate $1 million. I want to donate $10 million.
Mhm.
And building this app is the way I'm going to do it
Mm.
because I already have the money I need to retire. I don't need any more money. So I'm building this so that my money can make more money. So I'm doing the 1 +
Gosh,
1 = 3,
I love
or
it.
10xing it, or all those great, catchy phrases
Yeah.
people.
Yes. Yeah. Is it easy? I'm assuming it's easy for a nonprofit to sign up to kind of join, or a volunteer to join.
Yeah, so we're using two subscription models. One is for the individual user, and that is a monthly, 6 monthly, yearly subscription rate. And then the organization has a one-time a year fee. Organizations currently are $99 a year, so it's the same as if they use volunteer match, and that just helps us make sure they're engaged. Free for the first year, and then $99 next year. Users, the it's $299 a month, $14.99 6 months, $9.99 for the year. Why subscription model, Gail? Because I do not want ads on this platform.
Mm.
Period. I just don't want ads.
Yeah.
And that's just the way I want to try to make it happen. I want this to be a place where you get objective, truthful feeds without someone getting paid to influence on it or post on it or anything. So that's why we have this subscription model. And that is really important to me.
Yeah. That's so smart. I know it's been less than a year now that you've had the app. Is that what you said? You
We launched on leap year, February 29th of 2024.
Wow. And what's the response been, and how, I guess from that side of it too, like how are you getting out there to even get the word out that this even exists? Because there's so many apps and so many nonprofits, that how are you doing with the marketing part of that?
So the marketing is, you're just reaching literally one person at a time and hoping for that ripple effect. And, reaching out to you, having
Yeah.
you talk about it on your show. I've been on a couple other podcasts. We've done some radio, we've done some writing, we've done, I do some of the social. And in the end, I can't fail. I've already won at this project.
Mm.
Uh, I had a friend who I told about it. He logged onto the app, he reached out to one of the organizations. The next thing you know, he's posting, talking at the TIC network in one of his pictures. And, I'm like, "Ugh, I win."
Yeah.
So would I like it to go faster? Absolutely. Would I like 100 downloads, million downloads a week? Absolutely. But, we're going to do some ASO, App Store optimization, and try to get it in front of the right people and just keep spreading the word.
Yeah.
I can't fail. It's such a good thing. I can't fail. Will it meet all my expectations? I'm not sure, but I know I'm going to save my million. I'm going to donate my $1 million in my lifetime, as long as I, live that long. Um, so it's all good stuff. It's great.
Yeah. What have you learned over the last year of building this, and since it's even launched, which has been months, like
Yeah.
so
So I
new?
started last July. What I've learned, which I kind of already know, was trust yourself. I have two prior companies that I have a record for success. So I didn't go in this ignorant. I went into it uneducated about is enough technology, building an app and all those things, than I could have. But I also leaned on my prior success when I started this with that confidence, saying, Gail, you figured it out last time, you're gonna figure it out this time. And so I'm trusting myself for sure. And second is I think that I've learned that the world's a big place and that there's so many exciting people to know, and all the people I meet and all these connections and talking about the app, there's so many people that want to help you, so many
Yeah.
people. So I think if you will take a little risk and put yourself out there, and I know you do too, and trying new things, that you'll find your tribe.
Yeah, I mean, volunteering is how I like. I was at a low point in my life, but I was still able to go out and volunteer. And that's why I thought I'm gonna give back. One, I mean, most people donate and volunteer for selfish reasons because it makes them feel good. That's why they do it.
Those are the
Uh,
best reasons.
yeah. And that's what exactly what it was. Like you feel really good helping someone else. And it's this weird, I used to always say, like, I feel so selfish when I go and do it because I leave feeling so great
Yep.
when I'm supposed to be making other people feel great. But you have such the perfect platform to like find whatever you love to do is going to be on on the app, so you can really like find what you're called to do, and I love that. It's
And you
so
might just think of something you've never thought of before. One day a week for 2 hours, I feed horses. Like,
mm,
a year ago, if you said, "Gail, you'll be, launching an app and feeding horses once a week," I'm like, "What? I don't even know
huh?
what how would I do that?" And
Yeah.
when you leave yourself open to opportunity, it's especially about putting yourself onto an app like this, you're intentionally telling yourself, "I wanna do more, and every day I'm gonna look and see if there's an opportunity that I can help." And
Mm,
it's you taking that one more step from intention to action. It's just paying a little bit, leaving yourself open to opportunity, see what the universe presents itself. And, it's like you said, it's selfish for sure, because I feel pretty great. So
yeah, and it's like a little buffet. Like, you can pick different things. Like, I'm going to volunteer here. I'm going to volunteer there. You're not like you get to decide for yourself what you want to give your time to. I think it's great. I'm so glad you reached out, um, because I love stuff like this. It makes it easy on both sides of this equation to do what you love and to find quality people. As a nonprofit, it's really hard sometimes to find um, quality people who are going to show up, who want to do the work, because it's a lot of work. And so I think this just merges two great things. And I'm so happy that you did it.
thank you.
I love
And
it.
I do have a little prize for you for your desk.
Oh, yes. What do you have?
Benny, the
Oh,
blue-footed booby.
yes. I
He's
will.
the
There's.
he's the mascot of Benefact 4, so I'll be mailing him to you. You can have him on your desk.
Wait. Is there? He will go right here. I promise you. I love toys on the desk. What is the significance behind him?
So Benny is he's a blue-footed booby,
Hmm.
and I knew I wanted a bird as a mascot, and I had come up with Benefact 4. So I looked up birds with the name, well, birds starting with the letter B. And up on my screen, the first thing was a blue-footed booby, and what they do is they're known for dancing in the Galapagos.
Mm.
They actually dance. They paddle their feet, and that's how they mate. And they like, "Do you like me? I like you. Do you like me? I like you." And I'm like, "I like him. So let's do it together." So yes,
Love
so
it.
that's him.
That's
That's him.
awesome. I will 100% make room for him on the desk.
Excellent.
100%. The app is Benefact 4. Make sure you go download it and start volunteering because that's really what it's all about is helping other people. Gail, thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. We'll be right back after this, everyone.
In this world of innovation, would you rather have an old, outdated flip phone or a brand new iPhone? A horse and buggy carriage or the newest luxury hybrid? A dial-up router with your AOL account or a super fast Wi-Fi hotspot? With nutrition, what you have been using or taking up until now hasn't been bad. There's just something newer. We all appreciate advancements in science and technology. In the same way we seek the best and newest in our electronics, vehicles, and everyday conveniences, wouldn't you also want the best technology and newest innovation for your nutrition and supplementation? At the time, you may have had the best from what was out there and available. Now, there is something better and newer, more bioavailable, more convenient, better tasting, faster acting. It literally is the equivalent to getting an IV full of high-tech nutrients right into your bloodstream, without the needle, without the appointment, without being attached to anything for a specific length of time. Simply pop these tasty, all-natural lozenges into your mouth and savor as they instantly start to absorb into your bloodstream through your mucous membranes. That's it. And with the added benefit of negative ions, in other words, energy, there isn't anything else out there on the market like it. Now is the time to switch to the next improvement and innovation in health and nutrition. It's time for advancement. It's time for better. It's time for APL Go and our rapid botanical DNA drops.
Woohoo! Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Gail, for being on the show. Okay, so we're trying to get Rosie O'Donnell on this show. And when you're a senior in high school and you get your photos taken, well, this was mine. Are you ready for this? Me, surrounded by all of my Rosie merchandise. All my t-shirts. I own all of those shirts still, my little jacket, all of it. You'll see it at some other point on this show. And that was me as a closeted 17-year-old. All right. Thank you to all of our sponsors. We got more sponsors over the weekend. I just cannot believe it and cannot thank you enough for all the support. You will see their names at the end of the show in the credits. And if you'd like to join them, go to buymeacoffee.com/makeyourdayricher and help support the show. On tomorrow's show, we've got Dwayne McHodgkins. He has a book called From the Business Heroes of the Pandemic, and we'll be talking all about that. And we'll see you tomorrow with an all-new show. Thank you, everyone. Oh, my gosh. And 8,000 views. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wait. Let me try that again. 8,000 views. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I appreciate it. And I love you all. Go do good things and go do something good for yourself. We'll see you tomorrow. I love you. Goodbye.